social butterflies. It is the Antisocial Socialite. Right here in the flesh. I don't know what that voice was. The theme of today's show is, it's hard being a motherfucking woman, let me tell you. Mount Rushmore thankfully went down, but there's so many other things in the news right now that just go to show it is hard being a female in this society, all right? First and foremost, we're going to talk about Bill Cosby. He's out of jail after 2 years, right? Just know that it is an error on the prosecutor's side why he's out. I just had to take a brief pause. It does not absolve him of his crimes, right? You need to understand that he is still a pervert, just like Jeffrey Epstein, just like Harvey Weinstein, just like R. Kelly. They're all fucking pervs, okay? Also, please take a moment that Dr. Huxtable is not actually Dr. Huxtable, it's Dr. Bill Cosby. And we need to separate the talent from the human, just like R. Kelly. They're super talented on screen or singing, but they're perverts in real life. Let's talk about that. But you know what's more concerning? Is that Felicia Rashad is getting so much shit for tweeting about the support of his release. Why is her tweets more severe than his release? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. I hate when people say that, but that saying needs to be said. Can you tell I'm riled up this morning? It's the heat. We are in another 90-degree plus day here. 4th of July sucked. It was rainy and cold, just like my heart. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's gross. I'm like sweating from every orifice of my body because it's so hot. And you want to know other hot things that exploded this week? The Gulf of Mexico. Unfortunately, all of my underwater creatures probably fucking croaked and became like Cajun food because of an explosion of an oil pipe underwater. So the company at fault is actually called Petróleos Mexicanos, which is commonly known as Pemex in Mexico. But they actually have a record amount of major accidents, not only at its facilities, but also its oil wells dating all the way back to 1979. I just did my research and I'm like, why is this company still in business? It's companies like that, which is partially why we have climate change happening, and they're just looking for short-term profits for long-term destruction. So I just read that in 1992, the company was actually found to be at fault for a series of 10 separate explosions that occurred in Guadalajara, which is part of Mexico. And I love saying that name. Totally random. But they caused an explosion that literally filled or exploded. Well, obviously exploded because I just said that, but the city's sewers. So the death toll was at least like 252 people, but in other news reports, literally the claims went up as like 1,000 people. And they have other incidences where like they had, I think a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, they had like 80 people die in an explosion, and they're just like, meh, let's tweet our fake apology and like keep it moving. So it seems like Pemex and a bunch of other companies in the world need to stop killing creatures on land and in the sea. Like, fossil fuels is not where it's at anymore. We need to evolve. And I know so many people hate Elon Musk, but the electric car vibe is like where it's at, where we need to go. All right. Other things that lit up this week was the story about Sha'Carri Richardson, because she lit up. She was actually disqualified for smoking marijuana or ingesting it somehow after finding out that her biological mother had passed away via a news reporter. Like, can you imagine a news reporter being like, hey, you're about to run in the Olympics and your mom died, tell us how you feel? Like, what? I will have the unpopular opinion of telling you, though, that rules are rules. I'm still pissed that Michael Phelps did what he did. It doesn't, like, the word absolve is like also the key word of today. The IOC, especially in the world of sports, has very different rules that trumps any legal marijuana law here in the US. You guys have to understand that. Yes, she was in Oregon when she smoked. Yes, organs legal to smoke. However, the IOC, you're literally about to compete in the Olympics. That is a whole different vibe. That like US laws don't even count when it comes to that. So maybe they have to review their banned substances. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, rules are rules, people. But also the FINA, the fucking international swimming people, they're actually reviewing, I don't know the name, but they're reviewing their decision to not allow swim caps designed for natural black hair during the Tokyo Olympics. That is a fucking stupid rule, okay? We have people that are competing in the Olympics that happen to be in water sports that need to protect their hair, just like any other Olympian that's going to be going in the pool. Just like, you know, Ryan Lochte or Michael Phelps. You saw all the guys wearing swim caps, right? And then the women also have to wear swim caps. But my thing is, people aren't going to shave their heads to be able to properly put a swim cap on their head. Now, are they? No, they're not. They're literally going to fucking wear their motherfucking natural hair. And yeah, I straighten mine all the time, and when I leave the house, because the humidity, it's going to be expanding by the minute. My hair is very thin in comparison to some women out there on planet Earth. Some of those women on planet Earth are going to be swimming in the Olympics. Let them wear a swim cap that naturally and properly fits their hair. Their fucking like, ugh. And there's like hair laws, and now it's like you can't discriminate against hair. Well, yeah, because it grows out of somebody's head. So how you going to discriminate against that, motherfuckers? So keywords today: absolving, accountability, motherfuckers, fuckers, and what's something else I said today? It's too hot to think. I don't even know. I've got to cut this short today because I got places to go and people to see. And I'm gonna not like rant the entire time, but like it's just hard being a woman. Dudes, it's okay to check your friends, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. Check your friends. If they are in the wrong, check them. It is okay in society to not be a pervert, to not be catcalling, to not like force yourself on anybody. I'm currently watching Dirty John on Netflix, and I'm looking over because my TV's right next to me. And that dude's a straight up psychopath. I'm only on episode 3, so like I'll update you guys on that. But like, guys, just stop being predators. We're the top of the food chain, so like we're like the apex of like being the predator, like when it comes to the food chain bullshit. But like you don't need to like have this authority over women, okay? And I don't know as if I'm just hot right now and I want to stand up for women because I'm bothered by being a woman right now, or if it just needs to be like reminded and said over and over and over again. Ovary again. That was so lame. You can block me after like listening to that, but like don't say what the fuck I can do with my body. Don't tell other people what they can do with their body. Be pro-choice, because you know what? You don't have the reproductive tools to create a baby. So you ain't got no say just because you're like squirting some like, you know, blank bullets here and there. But like, you don't have the authority. So with that being said, I love you guys. I'll see you next week. That's pretty much all my bullshit I gotta say today. But let's drop the supreme meme of the week. Peace.
I want you to be careful playing outside today.
Okay, is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just an inmate escaped from the prison. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, description says he's like 6'2", 200 pounds, bald head, full beard, tattoos on his arms, his chest, and his back. The police are out looking for him now.
Well, if they find him, tell him bring him over. You sound like a snack.